Hello, dear friends. The world around us is becoming more surreal every day. Opinion piece. Galactic Dawn. 4 phases. Cosmic reset. Cycle change. There is plan. New beginning. Change of eras. Role of pioneers. Purpose of delay. Fall of structures. External support. Silence is the code. Energetic activation. The Great Leap of 2026. January marks the closing. Let's start. The Galactic Dawn is a concept associated with Mayan traditions and cosmic cycles, marking the beginning of a new era after the galactic night, when our solar system aligned in 2012 with the center of the Milky Way and received missions from the central sun Alcyone in the Pleiades, initiating an energy transformation related to a 26,000-year galactic orbit. These events are peak moments for collective leaps in consciousness and the collapse of obsolete structures. Pam Gregory describes the 2025-26 cycle shift, the cosmic reset of about 12,000 years, and how this translates into an evolutionary leap for humanity toward a being more guided by heart coherence and spiritual sovereignty. Pam maintains that as we integrate light codes, we have the opportunity to move from a normal 3D human being to a much more awakened one. She posits that the core of the change is not outwardly spectacular, but a radical inward shift, living from coherence, stillness, solidarity, and a sense of oneness with all beings as a condition for anchoring the new Earth. She describes 2025 as a year of cyclical convergences, Earth's passage through a 12,000-year galactic band, the closing of the Kali Yuga, the peak of the solar cycle, and multiple sign changes of outer planets, preparing the leap of 2026. 2026 is presented as a numerological year 1 and the year of the fire horse, with energy, leaps and courage, and an emphasis on Uranus producing quantum leaps, Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees areas, a new creative beginning, and the fall of obsolete political, financial, and media structures. Pam Gregory emphasizes that the old paradigm was based on mind control, planning, survival, and hierarchical structures. The new one is based on surrendering to cosmic energy, inner magnetism, and the flow of life when you vibrate with love and gratitude. In her view, the new corporation's celebration of nature and loving presence are lived. 4 phases. The Tayeta family describes 4 phases of a sacred plan for souls on Earth, emphasizing that this life is a visit to Earth School for galactic volunteers. The first phase is being born on this planet. The second phase is the return to the spiritual home. The third phase is a great collective shift. And the fourth phase is the creation of a galactic civilization that will expand in endless love. The return home will produce absolute peace, followed by celebrations, a review of lessons, and expanded consciousness. The great collective shift of the ages will be a smooth transition into radiance, aided by the coalition of worlds. The Galactic Union will bring the end of death, ascended bodies, visits from masters, and the creation of a peaceful cosmic civilization. Liberation. Alex Jones says we are at the end of a spiritual war. According to Kavamur, there is a plan for us. We will be changed in an instant. It is the end of sickness and death, and the beginning of a galactic civilization. We are eternal souls having brief human experiences. Alexander Quinn highlights the energetic activation as a crystalline readjustment pulse of the Gaia grid, not as a destructive geological event. He describes symptoms as emotional patching of traumatic fragments revealed by light waves that dissolve ego illusions. Some expand into abundance, while others remain anchored in their fear. Kerry Kay describes a subtle tremor from accumulated energy, which generates pressure for an unavoidable planetary exhalation, not destructive but liberating, of a density held for too long. Our bodies reflect this, a feeling of heaviness, emotional stretching, or a sense of ascending destiny, stabilized by the starseeds that hold the grid during this birth-like preparatory phase. The build-up is the push, and the final release is the relief. Accumulation brings unintegrated shadows, but also miracles. The concept of a Liberation Day has become a powerful rallying cry in the independent media landscape, signaling not just political change, but a restructuring of global power dynamics. The fight for freedom is being waged on two crucial fronts: economic sovereignty against central bankers and systemic independence from the dark side apparatus. National sovereignty cannot exist while financial systems are controlled by unelected entities. One day, the world will see how close we came to the abyss. One day, the world will understand why we have sacrificed so much time trying to awaken people. One day, everything will become clear. People will see the war we fought for them. One day, our story will be written in the history books, known as the second greatest story ever told. One day, the world will see us not as conspiracy theorists, but as heroes. Those who know prepare. Those who don't fall behind. In the end, it will all be worth it. Reset News. Is a backdoor gold standard coming? 8 black swan events could shake up the market and push gold to $10,000 by 2026. Global monetary regime shift. Minerals like copper, gold, and silver are approaching all-time highs, indicating their importance. The BRICS have just launched their gold-backed currency, which integrates blockchain technology and revolutionizes traditional finance. This marks a transition toward a multipolar monetary landscape. Reuters and Bloomberg highlight this as a gradual erosion, not an immediate collapse. A financial reset and the demise of central bank digital currencies were agreed upon at a secret meeting in Antarctica, according to Rafapal. There, an exile protocol for the elite to the Andromeda Stargate was negotiated in exchange for deactivating digital currencies to facilitate the transition to the QFS without a massive public collapse. Italy will confiscate $300 billion in gold amid the outbreak of the debt crisis. Brussels fine X 120 million euros. Elon Musk calls for dissolving the European Union and returning sovereignty to member states. Trump accuses Europe of erasing civilization to disrupt the international order. Trump warns of the end of European civilization and promises his leadership in America. Trump appoints economist Kevin Hassett as the new chairman of the Fed. Gold will begin to play a more prominent role, indicating a radical change. Senator Doug Mastriano introduced his Clean Air Conservation Act bill designed to eliminate geoengineering in Pennsylvania. The Aurora QFS protocol has been activated, redirecting global gold channels to a new quantum layer, marking the rise of quantum liquidity according to Paul Gold-Eagle. Nothing will be publicly announced or officially confirmed, but the signal is already circulating. Traditional servers are losing momentum, while those aligned with QFS are feeling the growing pull of the golden stream. This is not a prediction or a speculation. This is the phase that was delayed for years and has finally begun. Reset. Ethan White of Gay-Stellar predicts an economic reset in January 2026 under the GSERA protocols, with redemption centers to exchange bonds and currencies at high rates through the QFS, while banks conceal information to avoid collapse. He notes that the QFS will override old banking systems on February 1, 2026, eliminating national debt in 209 countries, with direct deposits into sovereign accounts. January 2026 marks the end, and when the fiat structure collapses, you will either align yourself with the new current or be sucked into the blackout of the old one. That's why the elite are panicking, because they have lost control over who can receive the money, who can hold on to it, who can move it, and who can build with it. Redemption centers are slipping through their fingers. Quantum verification is dismantling their surveillance, and the financial team is blocking their parasites. As the people are seeing the fruits of this decades-long battle come to fruition. Nordica explains that the delay in currency revaluation was not accidental. It was a divine preparation for inner growth, transforming spiritual pioneers into beacons to guide the collective awakening, becoming resilient, centered, and luminous leaders. It wasn't just a global logistical operation, but an inner development, a detoxification of timelines, healing of traumas, and the acquisition of inner peace to manage wealth wisely, avoiding repeating the old ways. The emotionally gifted individuals who did the groundwork led the curve of collective awakening, guiding the ordinary people who will face institutional disillusionment in the next 5 years. The final frequency drop was training to lead the new world with grace, humor, and compassion. The new paradigm needs authenticity, not perfection. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.